What should we do?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the only cup we got up here. Do we have any paper cups?
I don't know. Giving us the easy stuff. Do you think that's...
Y'all to sit down, George, so I can get both of you in there.
Are we both in here now?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell the way the light is shining behind you.
We'll get off to the side or something.
It's really bright.
Well, let's get over here and get over in this corner.
Huh?
You come over this way.
Okay, and I'll get both of y'all together.
Too much light on it, don't see the window or something?
That's good. That's good. Now it's right on both of you. The light is.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I want you to have them or something.
Mommy, slime is on you too. Slime is on you.
Oh, I put it right up here.
Well, you go ahead. I want you to go ahead and eat now.
George,
Yes,
slime
sir.
is on your seat. See?
Yeah, it sure is. Go over there and watch it, okay?
He's a bad man. He hates the Ghostbusters.
Oh, baby, that's you. Yeah, oh boy.
A couple of dogs there. Cynthia picked out that. Matter of fact, she went out to the store and I told her to get you a card and she saw a couple of dogs on there. Mommy, now I told her that you had some dogs.
Yeah, bless your heart. You don't always say it and don't often show it. But yeah, by this time you surely must know it. You know you admire it, but you love it lots too. And you know that you wish in life the best things for you. You love and your son, your everything. 680 years. Happy Father's Day.
It's a day early, but you know,
That's all right.
want to make sure you had it before we left.
Bless your heart. Yeah. It's all it all been a safe package, okay,
Okay.
I like my dad used to be a guy at home. When he got through with things, once his own tool or what, he had a certain place in the not the house, but outside, you know.
I saw that. That was
shed.
Geyser.
I don't care what it was. He'd go there, I reckon, blindfold just about. If he wanted something on the farm with, pick it off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And when he got through with it, he had a great big 65-gallon drum. He always changed oil in the car and things like that. He came up to about half full of oil. 5 points. Wrench or anything like that, he had a small one for that. Big 65-gallon drum. He put the 5-point takeoff. Clothes hanger wire, something like you know, and put different tactical through it, and made a hook out of it somehow or another, and hooked it on the side of the drum, and let that stuff stay in that oil, that take all that rust and all for it, and you get ready to do it next morning. That 5-point, but you fix that glass, the dirt, slide right off of it. You wouldn't have a bit of trouble.
They kept the tools in good shape.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Okay, now I want you to open your present here.
Oh,
Yours too.
boy.
Tracy already told what's in there.
Did you?
I did not call it, I didn't understand that already.
Okay, good.
Well, you all know, I guess, but now, I'm a fast talker.
So
Me too.
is George.
Me too.
He
I've been
is
told many
too.
times to slow down.
I have to tell him, George, just slow down a minute now.
My sister sometimes tell me, you sure make a good auction year.
That's true. That's
I
true.
talked to your sister not long ago, Selma, and she said, that's when I found out that your name was Buddy.
Oh,
Or your nickname Buddy. She said, you sound a lot like Buddy. Well, she said, I talk like you over the phone.
Yeah,
So I must be, I talk like you, maybe some kind of fast. Well, I know I do.
yeah.
People at the store, they slow talking too. Slower talking than I am. They got to tell me, you need to slow down a little bit. We can't understand what you're saying.
There's somebody like that, you talk kind of slow, or get your words dragged out. They might say it to you, so you can't hear about this, somebody else. You must be from the South.
Yeah. That's talking Southerners too, though.
That's
Oh, yeah.
But I know what you mean, that old drawl that they think the Southerners do.
Yeah, Southern drawl.
Yeah, Southern drawl.
Now, y'all come back to see us, and something other, I always have you all, you know. Some Virginians bring that up, you know. You all come back to see us from all.
You all. Instead of just y'all, you all. Stretch it out.
I started saying, yeah, take you all, take a U-Haul, talking about these trailers, you know.
Yeah.
My sister says
So you talking about a trailer, you talking about some folks, right?
Yeah. Well, oh boy. Oh boy,
Hope you enjoy it.
boy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I do. Sure do.
Yeah. I'll help Cynthia pick. She had picked out some shirts, and I narrowed it down to this one. I thought that
Seems like it'd be
would be
nice and
comfortable shirt
cool.
too. It's nice and soft and cool.
And you can wear it to work in if you wanted to.
Well, you know, something like that. I don't know how my sister always, well, she didn't give me that in the country might say, but I know what it means. When you got so much stuff in the woodwoods, you know, don't you never wear them, you never put them on, you never dressed up. I don't feel like dressing up because I'm not going to go much. I said, if I work for people outside, what I might be doing. I said, you think I'm going to put on dress and go out there in the yard and do work? I said, heck no. I said, I got them overalls or dungarees or something on.
Right.
That's why I feel better satisfied. See?
That way you ain't messing it up. You ain't messing up something nice too.
Right. You said, well, what do you keep your stuff for? I said, well, dead and gone. I said, put all of them on me. She laughed.
Honey, you think I could use that table? I believe the table would be the right height. Just pull the table over here and set the camera here and just hear y'all talking about everything. Because I know my little shoulder's getting kind of...
I think that camera does get heavy.
So if y'all don't mind, if I can just slide this table over here.
Just turn it off. Do what now?
Some places they have security guards, you know.
Yeah, I've seen some of them walking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them last night when we first came in.
You
We
got
got
so
here
many
about 10 o'clock.
apartments, I think, in those buildings, you know, different parts they have in that thing, too.
Yeah, they have them walking around. I've seen they have walkie-talkies on. They might even have some pistols or something.
Well, probably. If you don't see them, they probably have them, you know, under the shirt or something.
Let's see here. Well, anyway, what I want to show you is some of these things I got here. And I want you to tell me, in a minute I want you to tell me about, but first I want to let you see some of the names first. Well, anyway, this is Cynthia's and my marriage certificate right here. Where Cynthia and I got married. We got married in Dillon, South Carolina.
Well, Dillon, Dillon. I got, when I first got married in Charleston, I think.
Charleston, South Carolina?
First wife. I think it was Charleston.
And here you are right here. That's my birth certificate. George Travis Daly. Born the 14th of June, 1953, Father George Wadsworth Daly.
Yeah.
That being you and Dolly Jane Weathington, my mom.
Yeah.
That's a copy of the original right there. Okay. So let's back up here and go back to...
Whoa, sorry, Travis.
Okay, we'll back to your granddaddy.
What you want these or the...
See, these are copies from the census record. Okay. Okay, this is your daddy's daddy. Here's your daddy right here, George Travis.
Yeah.
Right there. He's born in 1884.
Oh.
Right. Now, at the time, his daddy is dead. He's living with his mama, Eliza Daly.
Oh.
Now, here she is right here. She's married to Robert Daly. He spelled it D-A-I-L-E-Y.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. And his wife was Eliza Daly. They had Mary and Ethel.
Oh.
Now, they were both born before 1880, I'm sorry.
Well.
She was 4 and she was 1. Mary being she was born about 1876.
Well,
And Effie born 1879.
this is what I'm talking about. I told me you run that comes through out there in the country, you know. He was tall. His name was Johnny Robert.
Okay, and that's Dennis John's Ford, right? You saying?
Is
Is that what you were saying?
His name was Johnny Robert.
And he was a Daly.
Yeah.
Okay, now he must be the children of... Now see, this is 10 years later. See, just 2 children were born there from your granddaddy. Your daddy was born before the next census when they had Dennis John, George Travis, your daddy, Julia is right there, and then Susan, or Aunt Sudie. Okay, that's Sudie E, or Sudie. Yeah, right there. Okay, now, notice right here, now there's your daddy right there. Right next door is Charles Henry. And that's your mama right there, Gertie E. Gertie Elizabeth. That's Nancy Jane right there.
Yeah.
And then her sister was, Gertie was born oldest, then Leona, Talmadge, and Nanny Leinster. I think that's who that is right there. Nanny Leinster.
Well.
I believe. Now, I might have to look at the right one.
Well, what about College Street?
Okay, so he wasn't born yet. He was born on the next one.
See.
And I have a copy of that one right in here. I'll show it to you. But see, this is where I got all these names from, is that I knew about when they was born. Okay, now this is the same family now. Robert, now he died before 1900. That's why he's not in this record right here. But his wife, Elizabeth Jane Sasser, Mary Elizabeth, Effie, there they are down there. And then Dennis John, George Travis, your daddy, Julia Estelle, and Susan Sudie E. See, they were born after 1880, but before 1900.
Yeah.
These two children were born before 1880, and Robert died between those 2 years. See, here he is down here with his 2 first children. And then he died, and then here's Eliza, his wife, with the other 4 children. The other 2 been married by then, Mary and Effie. See, right there. Now here's Charles Henry right here, and here's his, now that's 1900 census. In 1910, let me find him here. There's Charles right there, with Nanny, Estelle, that's Talmadge, I believe. That's Nanny, and there's Charlie Street right there. He being only 2 years old, so he was born right around 1908, looks like to me. Yeah, 1907 or 8. And all the children was Gertrude, Leona, Talmadge, Nanny Linster, Lenny, and then Charlie Street. Now, here's what your sister told me. Married Grace May No from Beaufort.
Right.
And Lenny married Robert Dixon.
Right.
Talmadge married Julia Estelle Bessie Doherty, and their daughter is Justine Jessie. Weatherington married Wiggins.
And then, then the Jane, she got a daughter named Jane. She married, he's dead now, married, he used to work prison camp. Johnny Martin.
Okay, I've got this family traced on back a bit. Talking to Jesse, and I found some things on. Well, here's your mom and daddy right here. Gertrude and George Travis right there. Yeah, I've got this family traced on back here. That being Leona married Laurie Cox. Now I don't have any of their children yet, which I can fill that in later.
You got a lot of them.
Here's Julia Bessie Elizabeth Doherty married Talmadge. Now, this is Jessie, who I've talked to on the phone. Elizabeth Justine Weatherington married James Belton Wiggins.
Right.
Now, and they also had a daughter, Norma Talmadge Jane.
Right.
Now, I don't have any information on her yet.
Well, you know, getting back to John Robert Daly.
Now, you think he might have been a son of Dennis John, maybe?
I believe so. Anyway,
he'd be you're one of your cousins. First cousin.
And he married a Tripp woman from Vanceboro. And he had his sister. Well, anyway, Effie was the mother, you know. Effie Daly. Johnny Robert, son, and had a daughter named, her name was Verdi May.
Okay. Now, this is Effie's daughter who married the Robert boy? Johnny Robert? So Effie had a you mentioned Effie Daly. Right.
My aunt.
Okay.
Then John Robert Daly was her son.
Okay. Now she married who? Effie married who? Do you remember the man's last name? It'd be John Robert's name too then.
Yeah, I think it was, because I've heard I heard Grandma say a lot about John Daly. She must meet John Robert, I guess.
Okay.
Anyway, Aunt Effie, there's her, and John Robert, he's sure let's start talking about. And his daughter, her name is Verdi May.
Okay.
She had I think she had 2 children, as far as I know. Verdi May.
And that would be her child, Verdi May? Effie's daughter.
One of them.
Okay. Well, anyway, what I want to do is back up a little bit. I was just showing you some of these names, because I had forgotten who was who was who there. But anyway, tell me what you remember about your daddy.
Well,
George Travis Daly. You can tell me what you talked about at breakfast, about, the mules and the house, anything you can think of, you just tell it.
Well, he used to have some old 65-gallon drums there in the yard lag. And a lot of people, they liked him anyway. He had a big farm and all. and he'd always take care of everything. And the back of log barns, you know, different places. And some people sometimes would come down and go fishing. He had great big, I call it smokehouse, had ham and stuff, you know, smoked meat, all that stuff. Chickens hung up on a stick like that, you know. Kept a lot of fresh meat and stuff.
So he had a smokehouse.
And he had a lot of friends. And some of them come by and go fishing. He had a big 55-gallon drum out there, might be 2 or 3 of them. I know they had 2. He had paddles in the drum, fishing poles, you know, everything on it all. And had a place somewhere around the back, I think around the back, he could go to his own fishing worms and stuff. Sometimes a lot of them would go down the creek. He'd grab a hose and things like that. They'd take the grubbing hose, and if they get kind of a hurry, they'd take the grubbing hose and go down there by the creek bank, like dig up fishing worms. But he had some there to warn them, you know. And
so they dig up their own fishing worms.
And sometimes they buy some from him, you know, this, that, and the other. And this, you went too far from the creek. I think called Shell Landing or Plank Landing, one or the other.
Plant landing?
Plank, P-L-A-N-K.
Like Plank Road.
Or it could have been Shell Landing. I believe it's Plank Landing, I'm for sure. Anyway.
And this is where your dad used to live?
The creek wasn't too far from the house. And,
do you remember the name of the creek?
There's one place back there they called, well, her mom used to say a long time ago. My uncle used to did now, one called Jim Harry. He used to go there a whole lot. All I can remember is just what they call Plank Landing. Then they call it Gar Creek. It's what they call a Gar Creek. The river running in there somewhere or another, you know.
This is around Jasper area, right?
A little above. And
that'd be the Noose River. There's some creek attaching into the Noose River, right?
It would go way beyond Kingston, way somewhere, you know. Now
this Plank Landing, it went around that creek somewhere, close to Daddy's house.
It wasn't too far from the house. And getting back to his mules and things, seems like I can see him now in your body. It's a pretty fast butterball. He wouldn't run them or try them himself. He wouldn't take the time coaching on them, running. He didn't care how hot it was or how cold it was like that. Had a great big place anyway in the yard, you know. Kind of a hill like, you know, up, down, in the valleys. Had a pretty grassland out there for the graze around in. Horses all fenced in, you know, except you had a big gate when you come in off the highway from the back to the front. It had a big gate. And had some pretty mule stables back there, and cows and stuff, hogs, all that stuff. I used to help them sometimes, you know, go over there and help them a little bit. And this fellow that married my older sister in Portsmouth, she was the one called Ruth. And all I could think was Ruth was her name, you know. But I forgot what she told me. I bet she did, or even someone that I said, "Is Ruth your real name?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "But another name I don't like." I said, "What is it?" She said, "Alice." I think she said Alice. She said, "She did like that name." I said, "Why?" I said, "Give it to you, or whatever how it was." I said, "Won't you use it?" She said, "Just call me Ruth." She's common to you there.
Now this is your sister?
In Portsmouth, the older sister, when he passed away.
Right.
She's the one that married that Williams man. He was from around, well, from Carolina. London Williams is his name. Well, I want to be ashamed of myself or anything good, but I hope the good Lord will forgive me. Anyhow, I used to work for and so it's been quite some time before I had a checkup to the VA, you know, like my health and stuff.
Right.
I kept putting it off, but I said to myself, well, I should go there for a checkup anyhow. I'm entitled to it.
Right.
Cost me the thing. So I was over there. He did it, both of them in. He does a lot of construction work for people. And drink off a lot. I call it, well, to me, I don't know how she figured. The way I figured, he's whiskey figured, you know.
Yeah, like alcoholic.
Yeah. So, I don't know who ever joined the club or what it was. I don't know. I think she tried to give him time to join the club, but some ready to do it. Anyway. He had a brother named Cleve, North Carolina. I don't know if he's still living or not. Anyway, he's kind of tall, gross like, and he's like a good bass man. I reckon, like, in the song probably. And redhead. Well, his daughter, what they call Pete, got my oldest daughter's sister, when you go from there, or whoever it's at. Her name is, I don't know why they call her Pete for sure. She have a one girl.
That was Ruth's daughter.
And so, during the time I went over there, and I stayed there for quite a while. But it's been quite some time, before I come there to see her, So, she had, she said, everything I wanted to do, I said, let's go ahead. So, excuse me, had a little garage out in the back of the house. Just a little walking like to it. And had a lot of coffee tubes in there for the shelves and stuff. I didn't bother that. She told me about that look around. And he had to be that. He had to be that morning. I think like he took pretty good in the way. But something kind of told me that he wasn't treating my wife, something. So I didn't say anything, I just kept things to myself. After a while, he left. I know he went to work a while anyway, he went on somewhere. And she got like she kind of words in there, she kind of shook at the head. And so, after he left, I said to her, I said, how you feeling? You feel all right? Because actually jaded, And so, he said, that man words me to death. I said, well, so, she didn't know what time he come in drunk, or what time he might come in, whether he come in or not. She told me I could leave, So, I said, not bothering him, he's not doing no harm to the I said, he don't abuse you, nothing, no. I said, better not. I said, but he's got me doing it. I said, yeah. I said, well. I said, you ever threaten me with it? No, but I kind of afraid you might. I said, sometimes I'm afraid to stay here by myself. Well, of course, there's neighbors right close by. I said, well, if you give me trouble, let me know. So, I stayed there for a good while. She had to paint and everything. She tried to get him to paint the house inside and out. He never would do it. He always kept putting it on something, which lots of times he was doing nothing no way.
Right.
But he wouldn't paint up, fix up nothing. That was a lot of paint. The 5-gallon bucket spoons and the quarts are on down, for women's faces and all that stuff. She said, how much you charge me to paint a house for? She said, I've been trying to get this done for a long, long time. I'm not charging nothing, Ruth, but you know better than that. Well, I tried to get Lovely to paint it, just not done, he never has done it. I said, I'll paint it for you. I don't care what he said. And said, wait until he goes on for it. His glasses on the watch, He's a thing, he's going right, he had folks flying about, you see.
Yeah.
So, he seemed to finally go to less book somewhere. So she said, I don't know where you find the paint brush right here now. She said, there might be out there in the shop. I said, well, I'll go around and look and see. I looked and couldn't find none. I said, let me see. I said, I hadn't been over this place over there. So I found something. Brand new. And I can see one, I guess. Never been out and grappling with all the time. So I went to work. I painted the house outside, inside too, myself. And she, I said, now don't you come around and inspect and see what I'm doing? She said, well, where you put the paint in? I said, fresh paint on the walls and stuff. I don't see none on you. I said, well, I'm trying to paint myself. I was trying to paint the house. She laughed. Of course, I had, 4 particular papers, And they took me, I don't know, about a week or 2, I guess. Like the trimming work, all that stuff. And so, it's getting late in the evening. You get sure. He told us sometime what time he might be back, you know, if he didn't have to work and stuff. You know. Well, it's late when he came back in. I was supposed to go to bed. Back in the bathroom, I was supposed to go to bed. I said to myself, I'm going to sit up for a while. I was sleeping, but I pretended like I wasn't, you know. So we talked about this now and the other. And instead of driving his car in the driveway, he parked it outside the house. He said, we're sleeping on two now. Parked in the front. And she said she had a recliner. She had a recliner chair. You know, she said to me, you know, you never raise your feet and all that stuff in the back. She's always doing some kind of needlework, you know. And I don't know her car.
Quit it, Tracy.
I turned off the wall yet.
But, you know, I didn't go to the window. I just played, but she knew what I meant. I said, oh, sit there. Sit there, you know, legs crossed. She wore glasses sometimes, doing needlework. Everything was still as a mouse, you know. So I went down there and went to the kitchen, looked out the window. He would come in the front. So I kind of figured you might have some liquor or something back there in the shop, you know. Well, she never could find it. She told she never could find nothing, but he probably put it where she couldn't find it, I reckon. And so I was watching it. I feel how it was. I never did bother with it, but I knew it was alcohol stuff. Looked around for it in the shop, you know. She gave me a key to the shop, and he had one, but he didn't know I had it, you see. So he unlocked it, looked around. And it was summertime, like I think, you know, it was a little cool too. And I could see the buck of you up on the shirt, you know, right. I said, what's up? Trying to pull a fast one. Well, and you see the bug, his body had drunk in. He finally got the door unlocked. Went in there, bam, slammed the door, you know. Something crossed him out and got mad or something, I don't know what, you know, he's a peculiar type of fella. Stayed there in about 10 or 15 minutes. When he come out, he probably got him a slug before he come out, I guess. Slammed the door again, bam, once I tore off the hinges. So on the side back there, it used to be a screening porch on both sides, in the front and the back. And he decided to come back in the back, you see, to the front. She said, well, I don't see his car, son. So I said, standing by the street from the house. I said, yeah, he's been putting it up here. I said, I know it's out there, which it was, I think it was a Nash Rambler green, I think, color. She said, oh boy, I don't know what's going to happen. I said, nothing, I'm here. I said, no, he's not going to bother you. So I just kept my mouth shut, you see. I said, she got up and walking around, she could hardly walk around, she had arthritis or something. So I said, sit down and take it easy. She worried she's the type, she worried a whole lot, you know. But I'm the type, I never did let much worry me. I whistle a tune or something, let it go.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I try not to let stuff worry me.
Right, so sometimes worration do you more harm than anything else, you see.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, she's in the kitchen, she asked me if I want something to eat. I said, no. I said, I fixed my bite to eat Ruth. I said, go sit down and take your time and take your rest and everything. I said, she told me how long she'd been on the feet, you know, didn't do nothing else. So I can't do too much nowhere. I said, he won't have me do anything. I said, well, some I like that. He said, sometime I wish I was by myself. He said, can't stay with me a little while longer. So I did it. Of course, I was doing the paint and everything in, you know. He come in, talk good, always talk good. I sit there at the table. I forgot what something on the table. I sit there, you know. She was sitting there.
Travis would be lonesome.
She sitting there, you know, that recliner chair where she could, you know, look, you know. So, you know.
Get away,
And
Travis.
boy, all like that stuff.
I was looking.
He came in.
Come on.
And, the screen door was unhooked and everything. And so, But when he gets finished, his face, when you see some people are, his face is red as a beet, you know. Well, he's that way all the time. And he's a good carpenter, boy. He can do any kind of carpenter work you ask for. Some people call him like he's up for work. Some people call him to go out that evening or at night or something, and hang a door or something like that. But he wouldn't never fix up nothing in the house, you see.
Right.
She couldn't understand that.
So he neglected his own house.
Right. And
Now this is Ruth's husband you're talking about. What was his name?
Lundy.
Lundy.
He had a brother named Cleve.
Lundy Williams, right?
Yeah. His brother name was Cleve. I don't know if he's still living or not. Anyway, he came in. And right when he come up on the back step, about the little high rise like, he chucked his toe on it, something, somehow or another. I won't pay too much attention. I'll sit at the table, facing towards the back screen door.
Give me a pencil, please.
And
Pencil.
Pencil?
he got talking gross, you know. He always talked gross, slammed the door, bam. And what he did was, Ruth looked around wondering, was the door still on the hinges? I didn't say anything. Hello, son. Talking to me, you know. I said, all right, how you doing? Get up off the table like he's about to turn that table over. I kind of braced my foot, you know, kind of pulled it this way. He said, you've been working hard, talk gross. I said, not too hard. She looked, she got up. I was fixing to get up, I'd be like, there she got in. Looked around, threw her back down. So Lundy said, what do you think of the walls and stuff in the house? They were like glass eyes, you know. You pretty well over it. I don't see nothing. Like that. I didn't see anything either. So from then on, he said, you always call her sugar lump, I believe, or something like that, or pumpkin.
That's what he called Ruth.
And said, anything you want from the store, I think I'm going to the barber shop. Didn't need more haircut than the man in the moon. You just want an excuse to get out, I guess.
Right.
So he said, son, you want to go with me? I said, no. I said, Lundy, I said, I'll be here with Ruth for a little while. And I thought he was going out the back the door again, but no, he went at the front that time. The car was out there, see.
No, Travis, don't open the door.
He had the tire open the car door, I wasn't locked one more one. He had a tire open and did. He was kicking the tires and everything else on. I said to myself, boy, what she goes through this. And she said, yes, there is something I need from the store. I said, well, I'll tell it. I said, don't give up, go out there and anything like that. I said, take it easy. I said, tell me what you want to tell him. I said, I'll go out there and give him a message. He said he finally got the door open the car, he finally got it started, racing the motor, you know. I didn't, he had to turn around and go back the other way because they're dead in the street, see. Long then. It might be changed now.
I'm not
She
gonna
said, no,
bother
she
y'all.
just
Sit up there with him. Sit on his lap, Travis. Get over on Papa's lap. Quick.
She said, I do without it.
Look at me.
I said, how far to the store? I need to much about the place. I said, how far to the store? I said, I'll go back and get it for you.
Here we go. Everybody this way. 1 second. Here we go. There we go. All these dailies.
Thank you. And so, he said, he said he's going to the barber shop. Yeah, it's the barber shop. I wish it was not too far from the house. He could have walked there, you know, if he wanted to.
Right.
I've been there several times. Well, he said, well, sugar lump or pumpkin something. She said, oh yeah, I forgot. He said, I got to go hang a door. I just said, no, I keep my mouth shut, but I was watching what was going on. So, she finally sit back down in that chair, you know, this particular bit. She sounded so tired of what I wanted to do. I said, lie down, you can rest, go to bed. No, I can't sleep, I go to bed. And so, no one had that but her, she and I, and he already left. Been gone. He come in anytime I got ready, go out and go in. I told her, I said, if he's on a construction job or some kind of a job he's talking about he's on and doing all right, I said, how in the world, I said, what in the world is his hours? I said, looks to me like he's more here piddling around with what he might be doing, then on the job, I said, then you might be getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care if they do. So, after a while, I come to find out they did fire, see.
Mm-hmm.
They called, left the house, you know, the phone. Well, she didn't know where he was at. He wouldn't tell her where he was going, nothing like that, you know. She thought probably he might be going back to work, but no, I don't know where he went. Anyway, he was late when he got back. And he was quite drunk that time one before. If he was, he pretended like he was.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have me fooled in it. So he said, how about let's take it in a movie? What do you mean kind of useful, but I guess, you know, change your minds all of a sudden.
Right.
And I got wondering too, good question, well, take it in a movie. She said, well, you and Buddy can go. Talking about me, he said, you and Buddy can go. She said, I don't feel like going nowhere. Of course, she's the first one in the place, but so I didn't go either. I made an excuse I didn't want to go because I told her I'd done it. She seemed like his attention. He wore glasses too sometimes. After a while, he got himself kind of braced like I keep from falling. He kind of
Tracy.
got her glasses down a bit.
Tracy. Get back, honey.
That's probably one of them.
Yeah, in about 30 minutes. So, yeah. Thanks.
What did she say?
She said that she wanted
Then sometimes he called her babe. He said, babe, said,
What, Mommy?
what happened to the
to
house?
chicken out.
Chicken?
Checking.
His sisters were coming to me a bit, I read. She says, well, you wouldn't pay.
Me, like sounds of
You know, how much do you pay to have this house paid? I spoke up, I said, I done the paint myself in London. I said, then I don't charge, you know I don't charge your sister nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My sister anything. He said, come in. He said, I'm going to go home. I was standing there.
I don't need my sound.
Well, I was watching myself. Him too.
Hot today,
We'll shake hands. You know.
hot today,
He kind of gripped my hand kind of tight, and I squeezed mine tight, you know. She said, Dawn. He said, really kind of nice of it, being a little fella. He said, how much you got so much strength in your hand? I said, I don't know.
I don't need my sound.
So, Ruth said to him, said, have you been outside, looked at the outside work he's done? Well, I just want to go out there too. I've got to go to the garage for so and so. I know what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want him with that bottle out there. He don't do no work no way. I'll show you what I do. She was real satisfied, and so was he. But she was satisfied more than he was. But he's always been the type of guy. She told me one time he tried to kill her one time. I got men though. I remember. I think he was with the VA Indian. So something kind of told me when I got from work this thing, I had to be back working for midnight anyway. So unbeknown, I went over there. Well, I did tell her on the phone that I'd be there as soon as I get there. So I guess what I was doing, you know, for the day, of course, I didn't go back to work at midnight and be back, you know.
So she lived up around this area too then?
Yeah, she lived in Portsmouth.
Okay, Ruth did, your sister.
Had their own house and everything in Portsmouth. And so I guess that might be where her daughter is.
Yeah, her sister, her daughter Ruth,
What they call
married to Donald Butt. Like called, she had a nickname Pete.
Yeah, they call her Pete. All the while they always call her Pete. And sometimes someone will call her Little Ruth sometimes. But they always call her Pete for
Right.
that. You redheaded. Good looking woman. Yeah, she married a citizen the first time. I think the Highway Patrol. I think the first name was being citizen.
It's like citizen, C-I-T-I-Z-I-N, like a citizen of the United States.
But I think it starts with the S.
Okay.
S-I-T-T-E-R-S-A, I think so. She's the first one she married, as far as I know.
Okay.
But the son of fellow, I don't know much about him.
It's Donald Butt.
Uh-huh.
Yes, what Selma said, they're currently living in Portsmouth, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Go, Travis.
So,
That's fine.
that's what it was. So,
Fine, fine.
like I said, getting like
Fine,
backtracking.
Yeah, what you remember about your daddy? You tell him about what were the mule names? You said he got them fat as.
Come here. No.
Kate and Rudy.
Kate and Rhodey. Okay, they were his pride, right?
I'm
They were
telling
his
you,
pride.
and his doggy. Nub.
No. Oh, that dog, he said it was black as Ace's face. Right?
Yeah, and then a bobtail club about that long, you know. I think I remember had a little white streak about that wide under there.
On his neck.
Well, that thing beat you up.
Well,
He
it's
was
mean
like,
dog,
yeah.
No.
He wouldn't let anybody come in that yard either.
Right.
No, he wouldn't.
Well, he was a good protector.
Yeah.
And your dad was home then with the cellar and the roof.
Yeah,
Right. That's where they got married.
Because I remember when I used to go up there sometime, well, make long story short, when I stayed with my grandmama,
And you were staying with Nancy Jane.
that's where Jesse lived.
Yeah, right. I heard. So they took a little Charlie Henry's.
Yeah. And it's been up there, what's it's been there, it's all reborn, all
Yeah.
building like all the same.
That's what Sam was saying. They changed it around a whole bunch.
So,